Hello and welcome to day 5 of 25 Days Strong. Today is going to be a full body cardio circuit. We have 6 exercises, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, going through 3 times. For this workout, we're gonna need a light set of dumbbells. So I'm using 5-pound weights and then 1 heavier weight, which I'm using a 10. So let's start with some stretching. I want your feet to be wider than your hips, hands to the sky. Reach them on down, touch the ground, keep those legs straight and go over to one toe, back to the center, over to the other toe. Just keep shifting your weight and let's stretch out those hamstrings. To the middle, to the side, to the middle, to the side, middle, side, middle, and side. All right, let's stretch those quads. Find something for stability, grab that foot and bring it to your butt. Feel that stretch in your quads. We're gonna be starting with some leg exercises, so it's really important that we have our legs ready to go. If you need more stretching than this, go ahead and pause and do your own stretching, but I'm just gonna get a little bit warm before we start. All right, other side. Take that foot to your butt and stretch. Whew, this feels pretty good. Just gonna continue to stretch out these quads. I'm gonna go one more time through on these. So I'm gonna switch sides, bring my foot to my butt and stretch and hold. We are on day 5 today. Go ahead and switch sides. That means that we are 1/5 of the way through. Ah, boy. All right, let's get our arms straight out, about shoulder height. Let's do some big circles backwards. Open that chest up, really stretch it out, rolling your shoulders backwards. Let's go forward. Roll them forward. Doing great. Move your neck side to side. Get all those cracks and kinks out. And now pull your arms behind your back, pulse and cross and hug. Pulse back and cross and hug. A couple more times. Pulse and back, pulse, and back. All right, I'm gonna get our intervals started. We do not need any weights for the first one. We are going to be doing jump squats. We've already done these once. I'll go through the form as we're doing them, but we are ready to go. All right, getting started with our first round. I want your feet to be hip width apart. Hands are at your chest when you squat down. All right, here we go. And squat and explode up off the ground. Down, explode up. Down, explode up. Down and up. Up, doing great. Up and explode up. Make sure you're pushing that butt back. Make sure your feet are hip width apart. We're doing great. Whew, almost done. 10 seconds left on these. Okay, one more and explode up, rest. All right, the next one, if you want, you can use a dumbbell, just one weight. We're going to be sitting down into a squat, stand up, bring that foot up, squat down, up. You're gonna touch your knee to your elbow. All right. Here we go, feet a little bit wider than your hips. Let's sit down into our squat, stand up, touch that knee to that elbow. Sit down, stand up, touch the knee to the elbow. Down, up, touch. Down, up, touch. Really getting that crunch on the side. Today is gonna be tough. I am not a fan of cardio. I don't know many people who are. All right, almost done. And last one. Perfect. All right, grab that heavier weight. We have figure eights. For this one, feet are wide, toes are out. You're gonna sit down into an isometric squat hold. You are going to take the weight in front of you, swing it back, grab it with the other hand. Stand up, swing it back, grab it with the other hand. Ready? And go up front, swing it back, up front, Swing it back, always grabbing behind your leg, making a huge figure 8. Make sure you're breathing. Swing it up and back, 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 up and back. One more, up and back. All right, go ahead and rest. Next one, lightest weights you have. We are gonna do punches, just front, front, front punches with our low weights. Whew. Catch your breath. Grab those dumbbells. All right, let's get it. Dumbbells at your chest and punch straight. Punch, punch. Giving your legs a little break. Whew. Punch and punch, punch and punch forward. Punch and punch. Doing great. Feel free to move around for this one. You don't need to stay in one position. The only thing I care about is that your punches are shoulder height. Almost done. One more on the other side. All right. We're on the ground. Mountain climbers. We've done these already. We're gonna be in a plank on your hands. Bring your knees one at a time in a plank. We've got about 10 seconds until we start. Go as fast or as slow as you need. All right, let's get up and go. One knee into your chest at a time. Breathe through it. Don't forget that breath. Take breaks when you need it. I personally need a break, and I'm gonna pop back up. We're doing great. We're about halfway through this one. Almost done. Keep moving. All right. Last reps and down. All right, the next one's gonna be tough. We have a plank jack from your hands or your forearms. You're gonna be in a plank, jump your feet out together, reach one arm, reach the other arm. So out together, reach one arm, reach the other arm. All right, here we go. Up in a plank, and we are gonna hop apart, together, reach, reach. Apart, together, reach, reach. Apart, together, reach, reach. Apart, together, reach, reach. Doing great. Apart, together, reach, reach. Apart, together, reach, reach. Apart, together, reach. One more, reach. Apart, together, reach, and reach. Woo! All right, that was the first time through. We have 2 more times through those 6 exercises. So just rest, grab some water, do any extra stretching that you need. We have about a minute of rest. Personally, I'm gonna stretch my quads because that's where I can feel it the most from doing the squat jumps and the regular squats and the figure 8s. So I'm gonna stretch these quads out. So we're almost through the first entire week of the challenge. I'd love to hear how it's going for you, if you've seen any progress, if you've made any life changes, such as your nutrition to kind of go along with this. I would love to hear. So comment, send me a DM, whatever you feel comfortable with, but I'd love to know how this first week has really changed your routine or your fitness. So far, for me, I'm still out of breath. I'm still out of breath, but it's getting better. All right, we're gonna start squat jumps. Let's get up, Feet are gonna be hip width apart. We're gonna be sitting down into our squats and exploding back up. Let's go. Down and up, 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 up. Doesn't have to be a huge jump. Doing great. Almost done. Stick with it. It burns. We're doing great. One more. Oh. And rest. The next one's gonna be a squat to an elbow to knee. 15 seconds. You can use weight for this one if you want. I'm not going to. I'll be doing body weight. All right, feet a little bit wider than your hips. We are sitting down. Stand up, crunch. Sit down, up and crunch. Down, up and crunch. Down, up and crunch. Sit down and crunch. Really bring that knee out to the side. Down and crunch. Down and crunch. Doing great. Down and crunch. Down and crunch. One more. Down and crunch. All right, grab that heavier dumbbell. We've got figure eights. Last leg exercise of the circuit. Getting ready, psyching yourself up. All right, weight is going in front of you. Ready, and swing it up. Sit down to a squat and pass it back. Up and back. Up and back. Up and back. Up and back. Keep passing. Pass. Up. Pass. Up. Pass. Make sure you're bending your knees for this exercise instead of just leaning forward. We still want it to be kind of a squat. Almost done. Doing great. And one more rep. Up and pass. All right, put that weight down. All right, we have punches with our lighter dumbbells. If it makes you feel any better, at least I'm dying with you, right? I'm the one that wrote this workout, and I kick myself every time. Why did I make this so hard? All right, and we are punching straight, straight, punch, 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 doing great. Punch first, punch, 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 doing good. Punch, 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 and punch. This is almost like a little bit of a rest because it's not too terribly difficult. 10 seconds left. Doing great. Last punch and down on the ground. All right, we've got mountain climbers. 40 seconds of mountain climbers. We can do this. Let's get into position. Plank on our hands, and we are getting up. All right, and bring one knee at a time. Nice and slow or fast, depending on your exercise level. Make sure you're breathing. Take rest when you need it. Doing great. About halfway, I'm going to take a tiny rest and get back up. Bring that knee in, drive it forward. Almost done. Ready? And last reps, and down. All right. Last exercise in the circuit. We are going to jump our feet apart, together. Lift the arm, lift the other arm. Whew. After this one, we have a minute of rest, and then we have one more time through. We can do it. The end is in sight. Whew. All right, let's get up into that plank. We're jumping out, in, arm, arm. 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 Almost done. Out, in, arm, arm. Out, in, arm, arm. Last rep. Out, in, arm, and arm. And collapse. All right, everyone. We have a little over a minute of rest. Let's enjoy it. Stretch it out. Grab some water if you need it. This is our last time through, and then we are done. Oh boy. My legs still feel a little tight, so I'm gonna work on those for like a little bit. But at this point, your heart rate should be up. You should be feeling it. You should be feeling tired, burnt out. Breathing is a little bit elevated. Maybe your legs feel a little sore. If it's too easy, add dumbbells. If it's too hard, forget the weight altogether. We have about 30 seconds. And then we're starting our last time. All right. We are starting with no weights. Jump squats, squats with elbows to knees, figure eights, mountain climbers, punches, plank jacks. That's all. We can do it. All right. Get your feet hip width apart. We're gonna be sitting down to our squat and exploding up. Ready, and down, explode up. Last time doing these, explode up. Make it a really nice, fluid motion. It makes it easier if you bring your hands to your chest when you squat, and then explode up and bring them to your sides. Doing great. Almost done. We can do this. Fight through it. Don't give up. If anything, pause the video and take extra rest. But make it through. Don't quit on yourself. Last rep. All right. 5 more exercises. That's all that stands between you and finishing day number 5. We've got squats and elbows to knees. Let's get into position. Feet are gonna be wider than your hips. Ready, and sit down to the squat. Stand up, crunch to the side. Sit down, stand up, crunch to the side. Sit down, crunch. Sit down, crunch. Focus on your form. Focus on your breathing. You can do this. I'm right here with you. Struggling through and not having a very great time. Doing great. Last rep and crunch. All right. Grab that heavier dumbbell. We're gonna be so happy when this is over. All right. We have figure eights last time. Feet wider than your hips, toes slightly out. Take that weight up. Sit down, pass it between your legs. Up and pass. Up and pass. And pass. Breathe when you pass. Breathe out when you pass. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Almost done. So close. Last rep and pass. All right. Punches. Whoo! I am feeling it now and deeply regretting my choice to wear a sweatshirt. But we're almost done, almost done. We've got like 3 minutes of work left, that's it. We're doing punches. Let's get those dumbbells up by your shoulders and punch straight and straight. Make sure your hands stay at your shoulder level. I don't want to see them down here. Keep it strong, straight out from your shoulders. Keep punching and punch and punch. Breathing. Take this time to recoup your breath. Get that heart rate slightly back down before we do the ones on the ground. Almost done. Last punch. And done. Okay. We don't need weights for the rest of the day. We're on the ground. Mountain climbers. We can do this. 40 seconds of work. We can do it. All right. Let's get into our plank. Hands on the ground. We've got our feet out. We're on our toes. And let's bring a knee in and in, in and in. I'm not the best at it, but try to keep your butt down. Bring those knees in, drive them forward. Feel that crunch in your stomach. I'm gonna take a slight break, stretch out, and get back up. It's okay to take rest. Do what your body can do. All right. And last rep, done. Okay, guys. The worst exercise, but it's the last exercise. We can do this. We're gonna get into our plank. We're gonna hop out, in, arm, arm. We can do this. All right. Get into your final plank of the day. Feet up. And we are hopping out. Together, arm, arm. Out, together, arm, arm. Out, together, arm, arm. Out, together, arm, arm. We're halfway. Out, together, arm, arm. Out, together, arm, arm. We can do this. Out, together, arm, arm. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on me. I'm almost done. You're almost done. Last one. Out, together, arm, and arm. Oh gosh. We did it. We're done. Yikes. I apologize for that. All right, guys, we are done with day 5. Make sure you stretch. Make sure you drink your water. Tomorrow, we have a Pilates style workout, which I'm super excited about. It's gonna suck, but we only have to go through everything one time. So rest up, get ready for tomorrow, and I will see you on day 6.